I mean, so if you, and, let me flip this. If you're an entrepreneur or a coach or a healer or something like that, have you ever had that where you're like, what if they buy my services and it doesn't work? Right? I mean, like that, the energy of even saying that out loud just feels yucky, right? Like that's such deep rooted doubt and fear to go to that place. And so that's a hard thing to admit. But I feel like once we can admit it, then we can, rise above it. We can heal from it. We can shift it. We can do all the things with it, right? And so just, pausing right here, is there something in your life that you could unpack that with? Whew, okay, so what do we do about it? So like if you're like me and you just kind of admitted that right now, maybe for the first time, what are we going to do about it? I'm starting to journal more than I ever have in my entire life. I mean, I'm playing with different ways to do it, but I'm starting to like really kind of coach myself through a journaling practice where I'm like, what outcome am I like really holding on to? And why do I believe this outcome is the only proof of success? And why am I afraid? Or, what does this mean about me if it doesn't work? Right? Like really digging into that. And it's usually about, again, back to my own self-identity and my own self-worth. And so I do believe the way through that is seeing it, acknowledging it, putting it out there, and then returning ourselves back to the place of service. So from a sales perspective, it's like, also reminding myself of all the good things, right? Reminding myself of all the successes I've seen and all the great things that have happened to people in doing this work. And I'm like, okay, yes, like this really does work, right? I have to remind myself of that. And then also relieve myself of the burden, because I know that this does work. And so if it doesn't work for them, then that's on them, right? Like they need to take accountability for why and what's blocking them, kind of the same work that we're going through, right? So I have to remove that burden from myself. I tend to be the type of person that takes too much responsibility and too much burden for other people when that is like completely not necessary. And so when we return to this place of being in service to someone else, and this knowing and this trusting that this service can and does help people, we can just get back to like, how can I serve today? How can I help someone today? And we start to then get back to creating and being in a place of inspiration. We get to speak in a way that feels alive and get back to this real truth and identity of this powerful person on a mission, right? Of why we did this in the first place. And so, embodying that person takes effort and work and mindfulness and practice. And so we have to do the work and understand ourself and trust ourself and, being consistent, even in the moments where we don't see everything in our reality yet. Hey, before you go, make sure you've subscribed to the podcast wherever you're getting it and leave a comment and let me know that you were here. I really appreciate that. If this resonated with you, share it because it will probably help someone else. And the more people we can reach, the better. So thanks again for being here and I'll see you next time.